Welcome to the Beyond Divorce Embracing Change podcast. My name is Michael Flores, and I will be your host while we explore the complex journey of divorce with empathy, insight, and practical knowledge. Whether you're contemplating separation, in a divorce, or looking for support post-divorce, our episodes provide expert guidance, stories, and strategies to help you through every step of the process. We are actual therapists, helping clients who sit on our couches every day through their difficulties of divorce. You are not alone. Join us as we delve in and find solutions that give you hope again. We're glad you're here.
This podcast is not intended to replace legal or personal help. This podcast is for informational purposes only.
Welcome to the show, everyone. We're so glad you're back with us and joining us today with this podcast episode that I get to do with Arrianna. Arrianna, you're back and
I am.
Ready to rock and roll. I noticed we have the title of this is literally something straight from Jerry Maguire, but I like it. Show me the money, just not the kids.
Exactly.
Whoa, look at that. This is really about navigating finances and children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think this is a good one because I heard a stat, and I don't know how true it is, but they said that more than 90%, so more than, okay, so go higher than 90% of cases that go to the court have money involved in it.
Mm.
Basically, like there's a child support issue. There's a, one spouse support or whatever. Like money's behind something that's in the filing.
I mean, how many times have we been told at an intake, oh, they just want more money, or they just...
Oh, exactly. I mean, one time I think I had a conversation with someone, watch how fun this was. I had a mom come in and say, the problem with my ex is he doesn't want to pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't have no way to verify that's accurate. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then when I talk to the ex, so I'm talking to the dad in this case, and he says she doesn't want to stop collecting it. And I'm sitting here thinking, those both may be true. So when I had them both together, I said, I really appreciate y'all being so upfront with me about what's behind all this, because maybe it helps me understand how to help you navigate things, because they're both saying what the other one's agenda is. And I said, but you both shared something with me that I find kind of odd. I don't know how to help you resolve, but I'm going to go ahead and bring that to light. Mom, you stated that, the reason that we're going through this process in court is dad doesn't want to pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talked to you, Dad, you made it very clear to me that the reason we're going through this process is Mom doesn't want to stop collecting child support, right? So I'm sitting here looking at both of you guys going, is it both?
Yeah.
How
do we solve this?
How do we solve this? What a great question. I think it's in the book. No, that's a great question. How do we solve this? I love that question. So anyway, yes, you're right. I've had to actually do that in a session before. And I remember they just both looked at me like, oh crap, what do we say to that?
Yeah.
Because they're like, it could be both, Anyway, alrighty. So I guess the first part of this is children should never feel responsible for adult finances. Elaborate on that.
Yeah, well, really, in preparing for this podcast and thinking about some of the clients I've had over the last 2 weeks in particular, I've had a lot of kiddos mention money. And I'm talking anywhere from 5 years old to 15 years old.
Oh my gosh.
I ask, what would be helpful? What do you wish for parent A or parent B? And more times than I expected, the sentiment was around, man, I just wish mom didn't have to work so hard, or dad didn't have to work so hard so that we had money, or I wish, dad didn't have to worry about paying for, I don't know, my extracurriculars, or what. Insert any number of things, but it just really got me thinking, how much do these children know about their parents' finances, and how much are they feeling responsible for them?
Have you come up with an answer to that? How much do you think these kids know?
Quite a bit.
Probably more than they should.
Absolutely.
And you're saying that kids sometimes feel it's their responsibility to take care of the parent because they see the parent struggle with money.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. Do you suppose sometimes kids align with the parent they think has it worse? So that parent, especially if that parent's collecting some type of money from the other parent, because if they were to live with the other parent or connect with the other parent in some way, then the money that parent's paying that other parent would stop. You know what I'm saying there? Do you think kids know that or feel that or sense that?
I think the kids with more information than they should have, the kids that know about the child support, the kids that have been told or shown documents about them, or your dad or your mom's not giving me enough money. Or
yeah, I'm not getting child support. Yeah, whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
And then I've seen kids penalize parents and say, you don't even pay child support. And I've asked them, how do you know that?
Yeah.
And then the kid goes, oh, I got to protect. You know, that how do you know that is they go right into protection mode.
Or on the flip side, the kids ask the parent who is receiving the child support, what do you mean we're poor? What do you mean we can't do this? I know dad or I know mom is paying you X, Y, Z. Why can't we do this thing?
And I could ask our listeners, what do you think that's like for children to be caught in a scenario they can't control? They don't control who pays child support, whether they do or don't. They can't control how you manage child support and what you do with it. And so, but yet it affects your child.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here going, what kind of pressure are we putting on these kids to think that they're responsible for solving a financial problem? It's horrible, isn't it?
And I think it goes back to one of the things we always say on here, you know, divorce is hard enough, right? You're an adult trying to navigate the situation. You're trying to figure out finances because now that is completely different than what it was when you had a partner. And imagine your stress and just exponentially multiply that for your child.
So true. It's so true.
Except you as an adult have the means to do something potentially, and the kiddo has the kiddo is just there.
You know, I think the hardest cases I've seen is when you have one parent who's out, the breadwinner, right? So they're out there doing the work. They're financially driving the bus here when it comes to a marriage. So they're a married couple. And let's say in this case, it was the dad. Dad he's a CEO or he's something, right? Or he started a company or he just makes a ton of money and mom stays at home, takes care of the kids, takes care of school, takes care of everything. That family gets divorced. That mom has a really hard time.
Yeah.
Because they still have to manage or still feel the need to manage all the things the kids need. But now on top of that, I no longer have the financial backing that I had before from that father. And I feel for those moms. I really do. But at the same time, you're going to have to develop a new normal because your kids are going to feel the pinch. And I almost wonder if these are the dads that go out and remarry and then the stepmom takes on the mom role, like overdoes the mom role. Makes sense? Because dad went out and basically replaced it. And got a new mama now. Well, a new wife, but becomes new mom. And the bio mom's struggling financially. And so the stepmom is now living the life that the mom used to have, doesn't have to worry about finances, and can be there for the kids much more often and frequent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are family system dynamics that happen.
Yeah.
And the kids sense it, they're told about it, and they're caught in there. And so you're right, Arrianna. So how do we broach that stuff? Like, what do you want the listeners to know when these things happen, right? Because some of it's out of your control, but when they happen, what do you need to be doing?
Yeah. Well, I do want to say this isn't to, like, times are hard, right? The economy is what it is. The job market is what it is. This is not to put fault or blame on anybody who is not able to financially provide or live the lifestyle that they want.
Right.
This is merely keeping the why we are in this situation, or all of the factors that go into it out of the kids' ears. So the big important piece is kids should know that they're cared for, but they shouldn't know all of the components behind it.
Correct.
And so if that means, you are, I don't know, whether you're working multiple jobs or you're, maybe you're using secondhand items, whatever it is, right? Like, as long as the kid knows that they are cared for, they don't need to know that dad is refusing to pay or mom is taking, whatever things that you're probably listening and thinking exactly about your ex right now. That's not for the children to carry. That is not for them.
Oh no, you will put those kids in a parentified role so fast, and they will think that it's their job to take care of you when it's really the opposite way. And you're right, we are in an economy right now that is extremely difficult for parents. I mean, covering the cost of an attorney, covering the cost of a counselor, covering the cost of a custody evaluator.
I think even just basic living, food. It's summer. The kids are paying for the summer.
And you're like, oh, on top of that, I got to feed the kids, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard it both ways. I've heard the moms come in struggling because they're not getting child support that they use to support the kids. But I get the other side where the dad comes in and goes, after child support's taken out, this is what I'm left to live on. And I still have to pay rent or a house payment or buy food and so then I hear the dads go, this is why they quit. They go, I'm just not even going to make an attempt to see my kid, or I want to relinquish my rights. Horrible deal. But this is also where the moms are like fighting to maintain what they have with their kids because they're like, I cannot live without the, I don't think moms tell us that. I think I sense it off of them, that the desperation, right?
I think the kids sense it too.
Well, if I'm sensing it, you don't think a kid senses it better than I do.
Yeah.
They've known you your whole life, because their whole life. So they absolutely sense it. And kids can tell you, like, you know, I'm worried about mom, or, you know, Christmas is coming up, and, you know, they're wondering if Santa's going to show up. And you wonder why the kids feel that or think that. And the parent's like, oh no, Santa's, you know. But the parent knows deep back in their mind, like, I'm going to have to find a way to try to make this work or borrow money or something. It sucks that it's a money thing. You know, it really does. So this next part says, these financial conversations put kids in the middle. What are some other examples of that?
Yeah. I mean, even if it is within your own home and your new partner, your new spouse, or what have you, you know, it's really making sure that you are having those conversations away from listening ears, right? Like
100%.
Wait till the kids are asleep, do it in have a conversation in the car, whatever it is, but doing the best that you can to protect your children from overhearing these pieces, and then internalizing it and making it about them and their responsibility and their just, you know, about them being responsible with it. And I'm trying to think back to just developmentally and children and how they have their identity, and as they're progressing, as they're getting older, right? We're going through these different phases, and some of that is really an opportune moment to where they might hear something and think it's their fault, or think they're the reason that we can't do X, Y, Z, or knowing, oh, my birthday's coming up, but man, even if I got a cake or had a birthday party, I don't want to make parents stressed about paying for that.
Yeah, they think it's their fault and it's their responsibility to fix it. And the truth is, can the kids fix your financial situation?
No,
they can't. No. I know a story where my dad grew up very poor, didn't know it at the time. But when he went and got his first job, I think he was like 10 years old, and then he started working or something like that. Crazy. I mean, he was little. And when he would come home with his check, his mom would take the check and she would give some to them, and she'd keep some because it helped manage the home. It's really how they survived. Yeah. And, you know, in a sense, my dad was taking on financial responsibility as a kid to help his family. Does he look back at that and think it was wrong? Or no, he sees it as that was a way that I helped. Makes sense. That's the way we helped each other. And my family's very close. I mean, they are a very close-knit family. Of course, they have their own issues within 7 kids. I think they were total. But that was a financial strain. And that was truly, my dad was parentified. You know, I mean, he was physically doing the physical responsibility of what the home needed. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying survivorship is necessary in some cases. But how helpful would it be to you, a counselor, if a parent came in an individual meeting with you and said, I got to be honest, I'm strapped. Like, I'm in a financial strain as a result of all this. And in all honesty, I can't be without child support. It's not that I'm opposed to, you know, my kid wanting to go stay with their dad or do 50-50. But if that changes, that's going to change how I receive money. I don't think I'd penalize that parent for that, would you?
I mean, they're being honest.
Yeah. Why would I penalize someone for being vulnerable? Yeah. Or opposite, you know, a parent comes in and says, you know, I'm struggling paying this stuff. Because I feel like I'm paying for them to be a parent to my kid, that I have an environment where I can absolutely raise my kid. Why would I pay someone else to do what I can offer in my home? This is what I've heard the other side say. Yeah. And they make a point too. The way I look at it is, everything you're doing, it's got to be about your child. Like, child support is about the child. Now, how that parent chooses to manage it or use it is not your business. If it's designed to help your child, then it's designed to help your child. I'm not saying that people have misused the funds or the money, because it happens. I get it. There's not a good clean answer here, is there? Other than your child shouldn't know. How did these parents protect these children from knowing? Because parents are probably having to tell their kids, like, I can't really get you that Christmas present, or I can't get you that toy, or we're going to eat ramen noodles. You're not going to be able to eat, meatloaf like we used to have or something. Like, how do they do that?
I mean, I think it's really making sure that the kids know that they're cared for. It's okay if a kid hears the word no. It's okay if you say, oh, no, we can't buy that toy. But what they don't need to know, oh, we can't buy that toy because I had to do X, Y, and Z. That's where we stop it. That's where we let them know, hey, maybe we can't buy that right now, or we're choosing to spend our money on other things, right? Or maybe if it's something that, oh, you really like that toy, let's save up for it. Because that's a life lesson in itself, teaching the kid to save up, to work for something, to be excited about something. It's not saying no because. It's like, well, how do we get that to you if you really want?
Yeah, like when mom and dad are married, maybe the kid had 25 Nerf guns. So now you're walking through Target and the kid sees a Nerf gun and wants it, and you're having to tell the kid no for the first time.
Yeah.
It's got to feel a little shameful and embarrassing as a parent. But you're right. What a life lesson. Because the world doesn't give everybody everything they want. They earn it out in the world.
Yeah.
So when you say, hey, we're not getting that, but I think it's a great idea if we save up for it. Kid might not like that. Might be like, well, I never had to save up for it before. Well, guess what? We're learning new lessons today.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're developing a new normal with them too. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, no. I was just going to say, or maybe it's for a birthday wish or a Christmas wish, or when you get a certain grade on your report card or something, right? Like there's other ways to still get it, to earn for it, to save up for it, and teaching, just that patience and
absolutely
work ethic.
I think I did that with my kids once. They wanted some stuff, and I necessarily wasn't opposed to getting it for them. It just wasn't a good time to do that. And I think I said something like, hey, when your birthday gets closer, remind me and let me know. You always know when the birthday gets closer, something else is new.
Yeah.
There's another thing, they want this other thing instead. Yeah. They'll tell you that this is a new thing. Neatos are out. I want a Neato now, instead of a Squishamallow or whatever. It used to be the big thing. Oh, Squishamallow, now it's an Edo, so come on.
Now it's the dumplings.
That's true, it is.
The little sparkle dumplings.
Did I get a gold one? Did I get a gold dumpling? Oh my gosh, they're like making it like a lottery. No, I think that's what I would encourage listeners as well. Arianna, I'm so glad you said that. Let it be a life lesson thing. Don't give them the because.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to reassure. I notice you have a note here about reassuring. It is more important than the details. And I think that's exactly what you're saying there is, I don't have to give you the because. I can just say, hey, no, it's not a good time right now. Or why don't you remind me on your birthday? Let's look at that again later.
Yeah.
And you can't kick the can down the road. And I think that actually does help. One of the things I think research is showing too, and you can maybe tell me if you've seen this, we have a huge issue in our culture in the United States with delay of gratification.
Yeah.
You're laughing.
Yeah. Well,
I want what I want when I want it now.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so easy with the technology and the systems in place and Amazon. Gosh,
yeah, DoorDash, Amazon, Uber
Eats coming today.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I don't have to even leave. I can get lunch delivered right now.
Yeah.
That used to be like
groceries, everything.
Yeah, groceries. What about gas? Yeah, I think I still have to go fill up my car with gas.
I mean, but if I don't want to leave my house, I don't have to because everything can come to me. So I don't need gas. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I let them spend their gas. No, Arianna, and this is where technology has helped and hurt us, I think, in some ways. But I will tell you, I don't think I've ever seen a kid who's learned delay of gratification and that be a bad thing later.
Yeah.
I think every case I've ever seen a kid who can delay gratification has actually turned out positive. Did you see the study where the kid, I think they did it with marshmallows.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Tell us about that. Do you remember the study?
If I remember correctly, kiddo comes in and they're given the option. They can have this one marshmallow on this plate, or when the person comes back to the room, they can have 2 marshmallows. Right? I think it's something like that. So it's,
like basically, if you wait,
you can have more.
I'll give you 2.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to wait, you don't have to. You just eat that one.
And it's really interesting. I'm sure you can find the footage online, Google it. It's something that I've seen through all of my classes for psych and counseling and everything.
But isn't that to see if the child has a sense of delay of gratification?
Yeah.
And what did they say about the kids that did? Do you remember what the study showed? The kids that did have delay? No. My understanding is the kids that were able to show a delay of gratification actually turned out later, that they did better in school, they did better in business, they did better, like their whole life was now changed. And they actually would say that there's a correlation between those that delay gratification and success in the future, if you define success as such. So that's an interesting correlate. So these parents don't realize that, hey, even if you have less to work with, that could be a gift if you use it as such.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're dealing with financial struggles. Great. What a great life lesson. Not everything comes easy, right? And here's another life lesson. Things can change. I mean, my dad is literally having a health issue right now, and my dad is a go person in his business. And with his health issue, he can't do anything anymore right now. Like right now, he can't do nothing.
Yeah.
So he went from go to slow. I mean, and what a life lesson. So how does he want to use, how he uses it now is going to really dictate what his life's going to look like. And I think divorce is similar. Divorce is an issue that comes up, it hits us in the face and teaches us a life lesson, and then we can use it as a benefit to teach our children, or we do the opposite, we can destroy them. And what I hear you saying is, if you share your financial struggles with your kids, you probably you're creating destruction in them in some ways.
It's additional pressure, additional worry for a mind that is already in development, trying to grow, trying to parse out all of the information they're receiving from online and their peers and at school and all of these things that.
Right. What should be the goal that these parents should have in mind when it comes to financial stress?
Really, it is protecting your children from these burdens that they were never meant to carry.
Oh, wow. That's really the goal here. It's not that you like, oh, I got to keep it a secret. It's not about secrets. It's about protecting them from the burden.
And the more that you can keep that away from them and show them it's okay. The adults will handle it. I'll handle it. We're working on that. That's not for you to worry about. They'll get it. They'll see. They'll learn to trust. And, is there a roof over their house? Is there food in their bellies?
Yeah, with the 4 walls, right?
Yeah.
You got food, shelter, clothing, and transportation. Yeah, if you meet the 4 walls, your kids are fine. Yeah. They will be fine. They can be okay. It may not be their best wish or their hope, but they're going to be okay. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. This is a great topic. What did we miss? Did I miss anything? Was there any other notations that you made that maybe I missed or should have asked you about?
No, I think that really was it. Just making sure that all of the finances, all the talk about finances is not given, not laid out to, not impressed upon the children. Letting them just be kids.
Yeah, I think parents get too caught up in the why and the because. And why are we in this situation?
And kids, and I will say kids are nosy. I know I've had parents who are like, oh, well, they're so smart, they're beyond their years, or they want to know. They don't need to.
Yeah, they're just inquisitive.
Yeah.
So if smart's inquisitive, then I guess they're smart. But kids are just inquisitive. They just want to know things. They want to understand their situation. They want to know that really what kids want to know is they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And you can literally say, hey, we're in a transition. Well, why can't we get that? Because we're in a transition. But guess what? We're going to be okay. I'm working it out. I'm getting it done.
Yeah.
That's literally as simple as it can be.
That's all I want, to know that
we're going to be okay. Yep. I mean, I watched people don't know this about me, but my dad and I, when my mom died when I was young, we grew up poor. I was poor.
Yeah.
I didn't feel poor, but I knew I was.
Yeah.
But I had everything I needed, not everything I wanted. And guess what? I think that life lesson was stronger than had I had everything I wanted at the time. And I agree with you, Arrianna. I think parents need to get back to, hey, this could be a huge turning point for my kid. Like, I can use this as an advantage. Not why we're broke, and not because. It's not because they're not paying child support. It's not because it's the why. I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't influence part of your issue, but that because can stay out of it. I like the way you said that. You know why this is happening? Because
because it's none of your business.
That's right. Because I got it. Yeah. I'm handling it. Well, Mom, why are you working 2 jobs? Well, you know why, kiddo? Because we had a transition in our life.
Then I'm just taking care of it.
And I'm taking care of it. Taking care of you, kid. Well, why do you have to do it? You didn't have to work before. Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of cool. But guess what? We're in a new phase of life.
Yeah.
It's literally that simple. That's just part of how you do it. because you're right. These kids carry so much of the burden. And you know what you end up doing? You end up paying me to deal with that burden. So now you have less.
Money you couldn't.
Yeah, it's more money. Yeah, so that's what we should tell them. Quit putting the burden on your kid. Then you have to pay me to deal with it, right? Yeah, exactly. What a good point. Well, hey, Arrianna, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you doing this episode. This is a good one.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure to come and chat.
I love it. I love it. And for you folks listening, thanks for being here. We want you to keep moving forward, and we will catch you next time.